Alright, so now we're at turn 130. And things have progressed a little bit. Sadly, not very well. I do have 3 cities. And we met the city-state, but then right beside them is this guy. And he kind of hates me, and he's in a much better spot than me. So he keeps threatening to attack me, so I'm going to start the war first. Firstly, this guy has really good spear units. So that is going to make this kind of a difficult fight because I do not have any iron to work with, which is really, really unfortunate for me because that means I'm still stuck with the first level warrior unit. So what I did is I rushed crossbowmen, and I'm hoping crossbowmen will give me the edge in this fight. I've been trying to pump out as many as I can, but I am kind of playing from behind because I really got terrible production in most of my cities. This city I placed here literally so that this guy, if he attacks me, has a really hard time getting into my lands. I put walls on it, and I've got a crossbowman in it. That'll hold a long time. So if this war goes horribly south, hopefully I'll still stand a chance. The first building I did was this encampment here, and that gives me really good healing for anything and really good defense for anything that comes there. So, battle plan. Take Pella. Probably going to lose every single one of my warriors. We're going to change production here first. If I remember how to do that, which I don't. So we're not going to do that. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna start this war, and I'll show you kind of how it goes. One thing to note is that starting a war in this way, where like you haven't denounced them yet or stated your intention and all that crap, you might get political ramifications from other people for doing that. But he is actually at war with this guy, who is my friend. So this guy is going to be very happy with me for killing this guy, which also means this guy's army is not defending his cities because that guy is over here. So in theory, I can swoop in and deal heavy damage before he can pull his army back. That's the theory. That's what we're going to test. Alright. Let's get the party started. See, Warmonger penalty heavy. That's exactly what I was talking about. It's much better if you can get them to attack you first for that kind of reason. But I'm not worried about that right now. So we're just going to go. Yeah, he hated me anyway. This is not a great loss. Assuming I don't lose. Then that's a bit of a loss. So I have a battering ram on this unit, and that'll let me attack the walls as much as... But his city can still shoot. Cities, are even without troops, are not defenseless. So it's going to be something that I have to crack into. I'm going to put one crossbowman there. And I really want to block, because I think his army is going to come up from this direction when he responds. So that's my current defensive strategy, is to have a crossbowman in this encampment that can shoot down there, because archers can shoot too. So this one can hit the city, and then I need my catapult here so it can also shoot the city, because that's what I need to take down these walls. These warriors cannot do it on their own. So he actually brought his scout to hit my warrior. And if I attack this city, I pretty much just die. So we're going to fortify until healed. Bring catapult 1. I do not believe it can shoot right now because I did move it. And this one, I can shoot. So I can either take out the scout or start hitting the city, then like chip away at it. So I'm actually going to take out the scout. I should have done that with my back row archer so I could still hit the city. That's something to keep in mind of a mistake I just made there. Skip turn on that one. Skip turn. And these guys I'm just bringing closer to the city. And really they're just there to draw enemy fire, and in the hopes that they pull fire from the more valuable units. And it looks like he is trying to focus on that battering ram. So I'm going to exit that. Bring this unit here. Battering ram here. Link those together again, because this guy is pretty much just... he's not doing well. But now I can start hitting the city with a catapult. So catapult did great damage to their walls. Crossbowmen is more of a tickle. They do what they can, but yeah, it's more of a tickle. So it's pretty much this entire fight is going to hand on that catapult getting the shots in that it needs to get in. And I'm bringing him down another crossbowman just to stand in as soon as I start taking damage, and I can then move this crossbowman down and that crossbowman into the fortress. So we're going to see... oh, I wasn't expecting them to actually survive, so that's pretty great. That means I can move this crossbowman down, this crossbowman in. These guys are going to fall back and heal. And I can claim a great person, so let's do that. Great scientists are always nice. We'll ignore them. Move these guys into position. And remember, like, I have to whittle down the city. And that catapult is doing absolute work for me there. So I'm actually going to move this crossbowman here, so they can shoot the city. And this crossbowman here, they can shoot the city next turn. And fortify that. Fortify that. Alert. Fortify. And now the great scientist, what does he do? He triggers a look moment for one random technology. So that's something. It's not the best, but it's something. Okay. Yeah. So this is going well right now because I knew his army was not in the area and he had nothing to defend. If he gets his army back before I can take this city, this is going to take a very rapid turn. So I made one settler, and I wanted this settler to plug the hole of my... because I'm very spread out with my city, so it's very hard to reinforce. So this settler is going to go right in the middle. And now I'm just going to start pumping out... I'm going to need another catapult. I don't want one catapult to be my only catapult when I'm working on this war. So just as a contingency for losing this other catapult. Promotion available. Rain strength for land unit is very good. And I'm not going to use this one for garrison. So I'm going to go with volley. And you can see now we've damaged the walls to the point that archers can do full damage. However, I would still lose if I hit it with, like you can see, major defeat. I would lose half the health on this if I attack the city with a melee unit. So they're just on standby, waiting for their chance to help, basically. Because archers cannot take a city. You need melee units to actually take a city. So I am going to need these melee units later in the fight. And so yeah, I'm just pumping out as much military as I can right now because the war's on. The priority is winning this war.
Because he takes serious.
And you'll note, I became allies with Brussels on purpose. So they could help me keep pressure on him, and they are doing wonderful work right now to keep pressure on him from here. He has his, these are the units, these are his special units. So you can see, They have a 38 base strength. They're very powerful early game units. So they are my biggest threat right now, is him having multiple of those. I can handle one or two, but if he has a ton of them, it's absolutely going to be a problem. And I'm just going to put that right now. And I'm just going to keep hitting this city as much as I can hit this city. Land units going to strength when defending. I don't really need any of those, so I'm going to hold off on that promotion until I need to heal. And they're out of range of my archer, so I'm just going to hit the city. These guys, the best they can do is just hold the line until the city is a bit more damaged and a little bit weaker. Build from trade routes would be helpful. I'm gonna go with production in all cities for now, because that's currently my biggest weakness. So this war so far is going very well. So we're just gonna keep going on. So I've got this to the city I want, because they'll have stone, wheat there. So we'll found that. And I noticed the road is not, it doesn't automatically connect, and you have to do roads by doing trade routes. So I'll have to wait for one of my other trade routes to complete, which I think it actually is completing right now. Unless I lost one of them and didn't notice, which is definitely a possibility. There's my one trade route. So these traders, they do trade routes for you, you make gold off of them and everything, but they also make roads wherever they go. And I am feeling like I might have lost my other one. Barbarians can kill them, enemies can kill them. Oh no, it's just finishing up right there. So next turn it will become available. And I can send it to this city, and that'll connect it to the road network. And you can see I actually sent it one trade route to his city to make a road to his city so that I could reinforce my army faster when I attacked him. And that's just some of the scumbaggery you can get up to. It's like, oh, I'm being helpful, and actually I just need a road to get army to you faster because you're far away. So the city's getting weak, and I have a battering ram, which gives me bonus to attacking cities. It still shows as major defeat, but I am feeling safe-ish, so I'm going to send this and see what kind of damage we do. That was kind of garbage. So you can see exactly why I'm using archers and catapults. Because just hitting a weakened city with this strength, with a warrior that is a shit unit, took half its health in damage with a battering ram to support. So that is
a great merchant.
Rough. That is certainly rough. So I'm going to hold this warrior on standby now that he's fully healed. And this is the trade routes I was talking about. So I want one going there, so I have a connected road. Even though it's not the most lucrative route, I want that road as the main benefit for that. And I actually, with the help of my ally, was able to kill that unit. So now things are not going well for this guy, and I'm wondering if he actually lost more army than I anticipated. And now the city's health is gone. So I'm going to grab my full health warrior and see if I can take it. And there it is. That's the city taken. So there's a few things to worry about when you've just taken a city. One is they will be pissed at you. So you have to do what you can to make them happy, let the city heal, and rebuild their infrastructure. But that's only step one of the war. He has more cities, and we're going to continue through. So far, we have maintained a significant advantage in this instance. So I don't want to move that guy too close yet, because as I said, the city can still shoot at him. But I am worried my ally will block me if I don't. And he's got an archer right there. So we're actually just gonna... I'm gonna move this guy here. These guys I want to heal. It looks like even with taking this city, I still don't have access to iron, which really sucks. But it is what it is. I didn't actually read what that did, but that's alright. Okay, now here's the thing. I have to bear in mind that the rest of the map is progressing as if they're not in a war, so they're not investing into units and stuff. So, because I am feeling confident about the war situation, I am going to start investing once again into my economy back home. And this city needs much help, but I actually need to start getting a few builders going, I think, to upgrade my land and stuff. That seems to be my main problem. And here's the city we just took. So I'm going to start out by repairing the granary. And yeah, we're just going to keep moving on in. I want to keep my advantage as long as I can keep it. So let's see if I go down what I find. I'm worried about him having a ton of cities down here. That are going to be more difficult. You can see my ally is actually hitting his city, but he's doing garbage damage because he doesn't have catapults. So we're going to move that there, fortify until healed, so I can bring a crossbowman in and start putting in work. Get my catapult to the front line. This crossbowman's going to go down and start trying to support this. I'm basically using this warrior as like a scout. Oh, this is unexpected. So those other cities might actually be someone else, and they are. So that absolutely complicates things because we are now dealing with two separate entities. However, that does indicate to me that this guy might actually be incredibly weak. Far weaker than I was anticipating. So I'm going to want to actually, like, try and push my advantage as fast as possible. Because it may have just turned from a race, or from a war, to a race to see who takes over this city. And I'm at war with it, so I can just take that. So that's what I was saying before. If you find a settler, you can just absolutely just take it. So I'm going to link these together, because why not? And move some crossbowmen down. And this has a new mission, actually, to expand to potentially block this guy from expanding towards my territory. So that's what we're going to do. I want an aqueduct. Let's go to that. Alright, catapult. We can move that in range. Nice. My ally is really in my way here, as I was worried about. So, yeah, we can move. I'd like to move this guy up from the bottom so I can potentially get him in position. I'm gonna have to put those guys on alert because they can't get close enough to do anything. Yeah, we're just gonna have to see how it progresses. Okay, now I can move some units in and get helping there. But it's gonna be tricky because I'm literally gonna have to intentionally do less damage so my ally doesn't kill it, which complicates this greatly. I'm gonna bring this guy around. Skip you. And you a little bit more. Yeah, my allies' front line is crumbling, so I'm kind of counting on that. See, he's training units down here. That's what I was worried about. So this guy can get up to the front. And I actually don't think I can ranged attack this city because of the terrain. And the terrain can reduce your range on those. So I'm going to pull you down. And you got you moving closer. And that means I need my catapult in that square if I want it to be useful. We're just going to keep moving forward. It's not the end of the world if my ally takes the city, but it would be... It would certainly be unfortunate. There we go. We're going to keep... This jungle here, so it's very slow to move through. You know, that actually might be an Alexander city down here to the left. Because you can tell by the border, gray-yellow. Gray-yellow. So that might actually be where I have to head next.
If it's natural to kill, how come men have...
Okay. So I can take that position now. These can shoot at those archers, which I'm absolutely going to do. And then we're going to pull the catapult closer to the city. Fortify you. Catapult moves so it can't shoot. But I can bring my archer closer. And they're actually coming towards me, which is a... That's a decision, so I'm going to block those off there. This is that settler that I'm really rather not have die, but that does confirm that is an enemy city right there. So that settler needs to settle that city or they're basically going to die. And I need to pull these archers back to deal with that. I'm going to just start influencing Toronto a bit. I'm going to move that there, kind of keep that blocked off. Decisions. And just gonna go defensive there. The archer needs to do that. Alright. You can see, that's just how strong those spearmen are. See, now this guy's uncomfortable because I have so much military near his border. I'm going to move those guys in here. Fortify. I'm just trying to get that settler to where he's in a safer position. And again, I don't want to hurt the city too much until my ally, like, can't hit it. But we'll hurt it a little bit. I think a little bit is okay. And again, back home, we're just working on our economy. So that's just... If we start losing the war, we'll shift back to military. But right now, we're doing all right. Oh, I don't want to farm with those, actually. Good, 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 good. I was definitely worried this unit would die, but we just got a promotion. So that'll help him a bit, and you can see we can move there. And hopefully... I will still have enough... Yes, perfect. We can still get that hit in. So my ally has No melee unit with health, and the city is dead. Beautiful. So we're keeping. So that basically solidified my hold on this entire region. So now really I don't need to continue this war. I accomplished my goal, and this is a different player. So I don't need to fight him right now, but I do need to finish off this guy because he's going to hate me forever at this point. And that's going to continue the game. And that's kind of an example of how a war would go. So yeah, and now it's just a matter of shoring up my defenses, fixing the cities that hate me, because they're going to spawn barbarians and stuff if they continue to hate me. And we'll work through it.